G'day guys, how's it going? Simpson Desert Ramble Ride video number 2. Okay, so in this video, as I said in the last one, I've purchased a Staintune exhaust system. It's the full system, so it's the muffler and all the pipe all the way up into the header. And I did that because of the problem that I've got with the brake line, which I'll show you what I mean. Also, I did a couple some video footage the other night when I put on the off-road mirrors from DRC, and the rear blinkers as well, and that stuff also came from DRC. So I'll show that footage in a minute. But before I do that, if you're on Facebook, you would have noticed that I picked up the tyres from Elliott Brothers here in Bendigo that they were sponsoring. Now they were actually going to sponsor us with Bridgestone tyres, and they basically said, look, you guys know the terrain that you're doing, you jump on it and figure out what tyres are going to be the best to suit what you're going to do. Now they know, we know, everybody knows that we're doing, it's going to be over 4,500 kilometres, and out of a motocross tyre that's pushing it, most probably just, it's not going to happen. So we're really struggling. We found a set of great Bridgestone tyres, but the problem is when we went to get them, they didn't actually make them in the size for the DR. So we're knackered. There was no other real tyres that we thought were going to do what we needed it to do. So me and Ken had a bit of a chat, and we just thought, well, look, for safety and confidence and all that kind of stuff, the tyres is what's between you and bloody hitting the ground, so we thought that we'd forego the sponsorship on the tyres and just buy what we needed to get. So I went down and spoke to Clinton at Elliott Brothers and just said, look, Bridgestone doesn't have the tyre that we need. And he said, no, don't worry about it. You just choose whatever bloody brand you want and we'll make it happen. So I was flabbergasted. Always being so bloody surprised by people. So ultimately what we've gone with is Dunlop D606 tyres, front and back. The front's not going to be a problem. The front's going to hold out all the way. It's the back that's most probably going to wear down to a bit of a slick. So I'll show you the tyres. So yeah, front 606, look at that, beautiful bloody knobbies on them. And then the back, that's a bloody chunky wheel. I had the 606s on it before, and when I went up and did Myrtleford, and so I'm really happy that we've got those particular tyres on. And I suppose we'll just see how it goes. Worst case scenario is, we get bald and we've got to get them changed. Maybe a broken hill or something like that on the way back, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, let me show you. So Staintune, I reckon Staintune is pretty much the best exhaust pipe that you can get for the DR650. So cost a pretty penny. It was just on $900 for the whole thing, but it'll be, as I've said before, the DR, I'm trying to do it with all the good shit. So it's my shiny new musical instrument. And as someone commented, Max can sing his heart out. Oh. So basically that's it. That's your tailpipe. And then I don't know what you call that, the header pipe. They say that from the stock pipe, and replacing everything, you'll save 2.5 kilograms, so that's a bonus. Just give you guys a bit of an update. Currently we've raised, I think it's just over $1,500 for the Royal Flying Doctors, which is bloody fantastic, and thank you to everybody so far that's donated their hard-earned bloody money. I know in this day and age that you pick up the phone and there's someone trying to sell you something or asking for money. You can't even go to the supermarket without being pulled up asking to pull money out of your pocket. So there's so many charities, and they're all great charities, but unfortunately, we all only have so much money. We can only gives so much. So yeah, anyway, that's really good, and hopefully we can get some more. If anybody out there can give some money or has a bit of, it doesn't matter, you know, whether it's bloody $5 or whatever, you can go to the website, and the links to the secure Everyday Hero website. You can pay with credit card, or even PayPal, I think, actually. Yeah. So anyway, we shall now get stuck into. No, we won't get stuck into. I'll show you that video footage of doing the mirrors and also the blinkers, and then we'll come back and we'll get stuck into the doing the exhaust pipe. Actually, guys, before I show you that footage, I was going the other night. I was going through all the bits and pieces that I've bought, and I was really surprised at how much stuff that I've got for the DR that's actually made here in Australia. Which, as you know, bloody hell, everything's either made in China or somewhere, and a lot of the motorbike parts, Jesus, pterodactyls. A lot of the motorcycle stuff, the hard parts and all that kind of stuff, you know, majority of it's all made over in America. And there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, we live in a global bloody world, and I don't care about buying stuff from China or America or whatever. But as I was going through the stuff, I was really surprised, and it makes you a little bit proud, I suppose, that a lot of the parts were made here in Australia. The Safari tank, that's made here, and that's actually made here in Victoria, not far from where Ken lives. The bash plate, the rear rack, and the luggage rack, that's all made here in Ballarat, which is only two hours drive from here in Victoria. What else was there? The screen's made in Australia. The bark busters, they're made in Australia. The Staintune bloody exhaust system, Australian made. Yeah, I think. Oh, the peg lowers, they're made here in Australia. What else have we got? Oh yeah, these scuff guards. Actually, I'll give you a close look at that. These scuff guards, they're made in Australia, but they're already working. You can see it already bloody scuffing there. What else have we got? The panniers, I think they're made in America. The seat is made in America. Nothing wrong with American made. What else have we got? I don't know. I suppose all the electronic, the blinkers and all that, those bits and pieces would be made in China or Taiwan or somewhere. And there's nothing wrong, you know. We live in a bloody global world. I have no problems with buying parts from all around the world. A lot of the hard stuff that you get, you know, the hard motorcycle parts and stuff comes from America. You know, Australia just doesn't have the population to sustain that type of stuff. There you go. I just thought I'd share that with you. All right, I'll show you this video footage now. Okay, guys. So I've got the off-road mirrors put on. I didn't worry about showing you me putting them on because, as you know, it's just undo one bolt, wind her off, and then wind these ones, do up the bolt. I wouldn't bore you with it. So they're DRC. Well, the brand is DRC, and these guys, that was part of the sponsorship package, and they're 161 off-road mirrors. I'll actually show you the stock mirror. What I've been doing is I'm really conscious of the weight that we're putting onto the bikes for this trip that we're doing. So what I'm doing is weighing everything. So the stock mirror, it's really, I mean, they're a bloody solid piece of kit, but they were 400 grams each, 400 grams heavier than these ones. So I was pretty happy that these ones going on are a lot lighter. But the beauty with these things is that they're just adjustable. So you can just, I don't know, again, wind resistance. You whack them over like that and you can be flying along, or if you're in a prone place where you think you're going to be falling over, you can just duck them out of the way. But even if you don't, we've got the bark busters, so any mirrors on here should be safe anyway, but in the event that they were to get hit by something, they're just going to fold. Instead of busting off, they're just going to fold. So, and they've got a little little Allen bolt, and you can adjust that to how much they move. And I've got them at what I think is going to be pretty good. We'll see when we get on the corrugated roads and stuff like that if they start to want to start moving around, and I'll just tighten them up a bit. So that's those. The other thing I'm doing at the moment is getting those little blinkers on. So grab all this. I've pulled off the stock ones, and obviously that's when I was up at the Myrtleford High Country and the DR decided to go to sleep on the side of the track. Busted that off. And what we've got, again from DRC, are these tiny little bloody blinkers. They're lead, lead blinkers. I've got a thing here, we go. They're called Moto Led, ultra bright LEDs. There you go. And that's by DRC. Basically all I've got to do is whack them on. I've had to cut the wire, which I'll show you in a minute, and to put them on. And what was the other thing? Oh, that's right. In the kit that comes with them, they've got so you've got your wire there, your two wires, but they supply all the bits for doing the connection. So they've got the part to go on here, and then the part to go on the bike. So you've got your male and female. But the other thing that I thought was good, they come with little spacers, little plastic spacers, but they've got these other ones that are actually cut on an angle. So depending on where you mount it on the bike, you can adjust them so that it's properly sat on the bike. And I thought that was pretty good forethought. All right. So yeah, I'm in the middle of doing that at the moment. I'll show you what I'm doing. Oh, and the other thing, of course, I weighed these, and these were 200 grams each, lighter than those little ones. So it's even more weight I'm saving. And it sounds, silly. It's only 200 grams, but when you start adding all that up, you start talking about kilos that you're saving. And then when you're whacking on a big bloody 30-litre tank and putting that extra weight on there and all the other bits and pieces that we've done, or that I've done, any little bit that you can reduce that, in my eyes, is a bloody good idea. Okay, so basically what I've done is just undid the nut, pulled it off the mount there, cut the wire straight up here, and then pulled that straight out. Done that on both sides. Now they actually have the connector down here, and I could have most probably cut it at the connector, but I just like the idea of it being up here, the same as on the other side. So I thought, no, I'll keep these connectors there. I mean, it's adding another joint in the wire, but I don't know. In my head, I thought that was the best option. That's what I'm doing. So now all I've got to do is strip these wires back, and I'll strip these ones here off the light. This basically gets mounted in there, run a wire, connect it all up. I've got to actually make sure I know which one is positive and negative. And I've got me little test light, which I'll be able to do all that, make sure I'm connecting it up all correct. The other thing with these LED lights is they use very little power compared to the normal conventional globe. So, and every bike's different, every setup's different, but you can get these flasher resistor kits. I think there's something else that you can get as well. I can't remember what that's called, but apparently because they're so low wattage, the flasher unit doesn't recognise the blinker and then won't blink. So if your bike does that, you've got to get one of these resistor kits to add into the mix, and then your blinkers will work. But which is what I thought I was going to have to do, but Ken's just done it on his DR. He's already put his blinkers on. Shit, the dog's moving the camera. Bloody hell. And yeah, he said that he didn't need they work without the resistor, so I'm hoping my bike's going to be the bloody same. little less work. Alright, so I put on my good old Loctite. I learnt my lesson on that. Do this nut up. They're so small, these blinkers, so there's no way that I'm going to bust these from it falling over. Unless I happen to, you know, there was a big bloody rock or something that stuck way up and just happened to hit right on there. But a bit like winning touch lotto, I think. And that should do the trick. Now I'm just going to feed this wire through. Okay guys, so I've got the blinkers up the back there all connected. Hang on. Oh my god, I've got a message here. Do your blinkers flash fast? I haven't got that far yet. I'm just getting a message from Ken, and he's actually testing out the tent that I have. He's going to sleep in the backyard tonight. And he was just texting saying that he's got it all set up. I was just letting him know that I was putting the blinkers on. Do your blinkers flash fast? Don't know yet. Alright. Sorry about that. So yeah, I've mounted the little blinkers up the back. They're cute looking. What I've done on both sides is I've put these little clips that came with the blinker set. So if you can see that. So I've got those on there. Now what I've got to do is work out which is the positive and negative wire coming out of the harness. So I'm going to turn the ignition on. And if we put the blinkers on to that side, so if I touch, so that's obviously nothing. There you go. So that wire there is the positive. That's definitely negative. Cool. I'll turn that off. So what I might do is I might put a bit of red tape just on there at the moment. So we'll put the red bit of tape on this wire. That way I'll remember that's the live wire. Now I've just got to do the same for the other side. Work out which one's which. I'll put the blinker on the other side. Aha. Nice and easy. Beautiful. So definitely that one. I'll put the wire. Ooh, I'll turn that off. Tape on there. Beautiful. Okay guys, so I didn't bore you with all the tedious bloody hooking all these little clamp thingies on. Okay, I've got it all taped up. I've hooked them all on. Now for the moment of truth. Blinkers on. Oh, look at that. Move this camera down. Check that out. We have a blinker. Off. Got to be bloody happy with that. What a ripper. So I didn't, Jesus. Sounds like bloody fireworks or something going on. Yeah. Folks, it's just fireworks. Yeah. Yeah, so I didn't need that resistor, which is good. So it's a lot less hassle putting them on. Excellent. All right, I'll just go and finish the other side now. Okay, so I finished up all the wiring, tucked it all away, wrapped it in heaps of bloody tape and whatever. So we'll do a final check. Lights are on. So we got right blinker, left blinker. Beautiful. So they do flash faster than what they normally do. I just let Ken know that mine flash fast as well, so he said, cool, they can be bloody twins. Alright, I think that's a job done. Actually, we'll bloody go over and mark off the last of this stuff, I think. I think that's all I've got to go. Cool, alright, we'll do it. Alright, so here we go. Off-road mirrors, folding, done. And LED light rear blinkers, done. So really the last thing that I've got is the Wolfman tank bag, and that's basic. I've already had it on there. I've just got to re-put the straps on there. So I'm going to mark this off, and this is going to be this bloody things to do list all done. Fucking how's that? Crazy. I'm going to miss me little bloody to-do list. Okay, so I've taken the side cover off. Now obviously this is not how to do it, this is just the way I'm doing it. So took that off. On here, taking that little cover thing off, just 2 bolts. So all I have to do now is I'll undo the flange bit here and then take these 2 off, and that'll take that back pipe off, and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, now it should just wiggle out. There she goes. Alright. Alright, so that pipe is off. Actually, yeah. Remember this being, when I weighed it, it was very similar to the stock one. So, yeah, it's going to be great having that Staintune on there. A lot lighter. Alright. I might as well take this little heat shield off while it's sitting here, because this heat shield will actually go onto the Staintune, bolt straight on. And I think it's the same with all the flange clamp and up at the header. Use the existing ones. Oh. Washer. Oh, yeah, so it's a washer on the inside as well. Cool. Okay, hang on to that. Oh, and that. That too. Alright, so now I've got to take this header pipe off. I've just got 2 Allen key bolts that bolt into the head. Ken gave me a tip and he said to put penetrant lube on it, just to get in there and help. Because sometimes they get really bloody stuck in there. We'll see how we go. There we go. That wasn't too hard. Beautiful. Now that other one in there, that's a real trick. I think if I didn't have the big safari tank, it might have been a little bit easier. But get this one in there. And the wonderful advantage of leverage. Let's see what we can do. Oh Jesus, my bloody bust. Allen Creech. Oh shit. Oh, that's on bloody hard. Whew. If I could. Try not bust a knuckle. Oh, there you go. Whew. Bloody hell. Oh, look at that. comes out. Okay, so there we go. Just comes straight out. Beautiful. Let's pull that around from the other side. And hey presto. Oh, one header pipe off. Alright, so I'm looking at these two. On the new pipe I've actually got that there that goes onto the header, so I won't have to use the existing one. But where the header pipe joins onto the muffler pipe, I've got to get this off and obviously use that to join them, I believe. It doesn't say anything about it in the instructions, but that should just pry off. We'll give it a whack. Oh no, look at that. It's actually, Pokes, shush. It's actually spot welded on there. So, I'll have to go and do a bit of research on how these two fit together on the other one without a clamp. Alright guys, so I've sussed it out. I actually made a call a friend request to Ken. And yeah, I could have banged on this all bloody day. It's, you can see there, it's actually spot welded on there. So that part there actually mounts on to the mounting bit. So that's why I was a bit bloody confused. But the Staintune is a whole different kind of mounting system. They have the mounting system there, and then that bit there replaces this here. And apparently, or what we're guesstimating together with Ken, is that there's no need for a clamp. It's a very, where the pipe fits in, it's a really tight fit. So with the high temp silicon on there, and obviously it's mounted there, there's nowhere it can move, so that should be fine. And then obviously we've got our mounting point there. On the other two pipes that I've got, the stock one and that dodgy one, there's another mount that comes off here, that there's another mounting spot, but obviously the Staintune doesn't need that because it's so light. Alright, so we'll get this on. I went and bought some high temp, it's actually called manifold sealant, just high temp silicon. I'll smear a bit of that for on here and then a bit where it joins up. So we're going to get this to run through. So that'll sit there. Oh. Clean out. Alright, so I've given this a bit of a clean up here. Oh. Actually, Ken, when I went up to Wangaratta, Ken gave me some grease, and I remember someone else saying about this grease. It's called, I think it's copper grease or something like that. It's like an anti-seize. And Ken actually had some in here somewhere. Jesus Christ. Oh no, it's in this. Apparently this stuff lasts forever. There it is. And he said to whack some on these header bolts. And next time if I have to take these out, they'll come out a little bit easier. Smear a bit of that on there, so they're ready to go. Thanks, Ken. Alright. The sealing on. I reckon just smear it on around this. I shouldn't need too much. I reckon that'll do it. Get that in there somehow. Yeah, so obviously you don't really have to get it in there, or you don't have to bash it in there. Just sit it in there a bit, and then these, as soon as you can see the pipes just moving and slowly wiggling in there. Just got to swap from side to side, just a little bit at a time. There we go, that is on there. Done and dusted. I haven't overdone it, so and hopefully when I start it up there's no leaks coming out of it. Alright, now we'll go over and do the other side. Alright, now for the muffler pipe. So I've got to put some of this sealant stuff on. This thing's so bloody shiny that it's like, ooh, don't put it down, I'm going to scratch it. So, so that's the small, so I've got to go on the, yeah, okay. I've got about that much of it, the pipe to go in. So do I smooth the inside or the outside? So we'll go the inside. Now, don't need much on this because I know it's a really tight fit. And apparently what this stuff does is when it heats up, the silicone expands and then fills if there's any holes there to stop all the gases leaking out. I think that should be enough. See if we can wangle it on there. It's not as tight as what I remember it being, but anyway. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful. So that'll fit there. I've just got to line this up. Cool, so I grab one of these bolts and come back a bit. There. Oh, there we go. Cool. Oh, yeah. Put that up there. So, bolt to go up there. And I'll put a bit of Loctite on this one. So that'll leave me with one spare bolt. So this is just hard mounted, there's no, with the other pipes they had a little rubber duvalacky, so obviously this is just straight hard mounted to it. Okay. Shit. That's it. That'll do that one. The question is, do I put that little cover back on before I test it? Murphy's Law says if I put the cover on, I'll have a problem and I'll have to take it back off. I don't think this silicone, I don't know whether this silicone needs to have apply, manifold, Suitable, yeah. Da. Caution. Yeah, it doesn't say like there's a drying time. So I presume I can just start it up and see what happens. I've got to put this on as well. I might do that now. Here the lawnmower's going. Seems to be the common sound we're hearing now. It's the first day of spring here in Australia. The weather has certainly improved. But it also means that up where we're going on this trip, see they've got in the mid-30s, so she's going to be a hot ride. It's not the ultimate time to be doing the ride. Should maybe be a little bit earlier. But it was when we could do it, and we thought, oh well, we'll add to the challenge of it. All right, that's on. So I reckon that's pretty much it. I can just start her up. What do you reckon? Oh, I forgot to show you with the old pipe on the problem with the brake line. And it actually hitting. I'll just bring it closer. So the problem that I had was that other dodgy pipe that I had, it actually sat down. The bend actually came down to about there. And when this was compressing like that, it was hitting on here. And you can see, because I tidied all this up to see whether that was the problem. And yeah, you can see it's already started to burn it again, and it's squashed all this protection that I made. So I'll be able to take all that off now. Alright guys, so we're going to start her up. This actually comes with a restrictor in it, which I presume is to keep it a little bit quieter. So we're going to start it with that on it, and I'll most probably just get rid of that, but we'll see. Put her on, we get petrol's all on, give her a bit of choke. That's pretty good, that's not really loud. Yeah, well that sounds pretty good. It's actually quieter than what I thought it would be. I'm going to take this restrictor out and we'll give that another shot. Just see what the difference is. But I like that sound. So that's the, it's not too hot, no. So that's the restrictor. Just held in by one little bloody screw. So let's start it up now and see what it sounds like. It's a lot deeper. Whoa, yeah. Okay, geez, that makes a bloody big difference. That sounds awesome. It's a real trick, because I know sometimes it can be a pain in the ass when you're travelling along and you have that loud noise. But I've got to say, I mean, it's max, it's a black DR, it's going out hardcore, it's got to sound hardcore. So no restrictor. Bloody beautiful. Well, that was really simple. I don't think I could hear anything leaking out, but I'll just keep an eye on that. And yeah, sweet. Alright guys, I think that's, I'll just put all these bits and pieces back on. I'm going to call it quits on this video, and then we'll get stuck into to the next video, and that'll be doing all the other little bits and pieces, and then all the stuff that we're carrying and shit like that. Alright guys, as always, keep on riding.